Welcome back to another wonderful episode of DadDimes. This is episode 4, where I myself, DJ, and also my host, Justin, talk about this wonderful bottle we have here today.
Episode number 4. If you're following along, first episode was some Calumet. Second episode was some State 38. Number 3, we went into some Blue Eye Sinatra. And if you're into following the old Star Wars saga, A New Hope happens on episode number 4. It's actually where it all began. And we're going to try to follow along just a little bit. We have something very special in front of us today. DJ, what do you got?
We got some Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. This is a bottle I've been eyeballing for many years.
I was going to say moons because you're Indian.
Oh, yeah. Many moons we looked for firewater to be Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. Oh-ho. No, but I'm really excited to try this bottle. It's going to be great. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's going to be the... it better be. The Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr. small batch, bottled and bonded.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Which means we're looking at 100 proof.
It's 100 proof, according to... Hold on. I see moonshiners. Give it a shake.
Gotta give it a shake.
Oh, yeah. That's 100.
Yeah, that looks like 100 to me.
Yeah, that's definitely 100. Based off the bubbles and what I learned from Tickle from Moonshiners.
That came up on my, you need to watch this again. And I was like, what do you mean? That's where it all started. That's where it all started for me. I started watching that and I was like, you know what? If that guy can do it. And Allegedly, I think I could do that as well at the time and no longer, because you allegedly need to make sure that those things are properly conveyed to the people that you pay taxes to. So, moving on.
Well, I was just going to say allegedly. I still have some in my refrigerator, allegedly.
I mean, that'll be another episode. Maybe for the 100th we'll bring that in.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're getting close since we're on number 4, so...
We'll allegedly bottle some new batch.
Ooh. Some new age.
Yeah.
I like it. Some E.H. Taylor. So let's see here. We're going to have to be walking through this thing to find out exactly how we're going to go ahead and pop that bottle open. We're going to go cork time. Here it is. Yeah.
All right, let's see what this first pours like.
That's a live pour for those that don't know. That's actually coming out of the bottle right now.
The second pour is not nearly as cool.
No, it's because you don't have the... it's like Das Boot. You don't have the right oxygenation.
Oh, that actually sounded okay.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So what do we see? The old good, amazing bourbon caramel color.
Yeah, it's definitely got that caramelness.
Caramels.
Caramel.
It depends where you're coming from and how you actually... We should put a poll out at some point. Is it caramel? Is it caramel? Because we are now reaching... we're still in Belgium. Thank you, Belgialites. Belgianiums.
Belgianites? That feels right.
All you people in Belgium listening to DadDimes talking about some Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. Now I'm going to get it stuck in my head and it's going to be there for the rest of the night. We appreciate you. We are...
Which I'm approaching 40. I think I need a what is it?
A colonel.
Colonel.
God, I hope not. Well, yeah, you know what? I had a few of those this year. And I enough.
4th of July, man.
Exactly. 4th of July got me. But I was freed for all those that were listening to the last one. There were some worrisome messages that came through saying... are you still being held hostage? And nope, I'm free at last.
Mostly no.
Good. Mostly
no.
Well, yeah, we made it.
Free at last, free at last.
No, it was a time. I'm glad that we were able to make it through it. Texas coming in with some love. Thank you. We have some Kansas, Missouri, new listeners from Franklin, Massachusetts. Thank you for all the love. And
shout out to Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. And all over Colorado, we're going from Arvada, Thornton, Denver, Golden, Aurora, Lakewood, Wheat Ridge, Colorado Springs, Parker, and now Grand Junction. You know who you are. Thank you for the love. I don't have it on the little thing here. I got to make that happen.
I mean, I was pretty accurate in my voice.
You're right where it needs to be. Yeah. Going back to the Colonel here. First notes, what are you smelling?
It's got a sweetness to it.
Ooh, it does smell sweet.
Smell-wise, I think this is probably one of the best ones to smell.
The old sniff test? What are you getting? You have the caramel.
Yeah.
The sweet, the vanilla.
Caramel corn. Maybe like a caramel corn almost.
Oh, yeah. It smells a little like licorice.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. My nose isn't the best, so...
You're working on it. It
smells sweet. I get some hints of caramel and licorice.
Let's get into this bottled and bonded. First taste.
Yeah.
Well, that is delicious. Ooh. I got a look on the... Uh-oh.
Brought a tear to my eye. A good tear. Happy tears. No, I inhaled a little bit when I took a drink. Went up my nose.
You're not supposed to breathe it. Well, I mean, I guess you are, but you're not supposed to breathe it and drink it at the same time. This has a unique flavor palette. It, yeah. Taste it?
Yeah, it's got like a real caramel.
It tastes like bourbon to me. No,
no, it's good. It's definitely a unique flavor.
Some spices, butterscotch. That's where it's
hitting.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's the taste.
Butterscotchy.
Yeah,
that's a neat one right there. That's delicious.
Delicious. Trying it neat. Legs are good.
Legs,
nice and straight.
It's got legs.
And it does have legs. It's looking good. It's tasting good. Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. We said that it was bottled and bonded. Why? Let's see. What does that mean? Bottled and bonded. The bib designation. It's gonna hold these spirits to the standard. That's what E.H. did. He was actually part of the Bottled and Bonded Act. Got the government involved because at the time there was a lot of people putting a lot of random things in bottles of alcohol, and you never knew quite what you were going to get. I mean, I didn't because I wasn't alive, but at the time when it was being produced, there was a lot of false alcohols out there that had a bunch of nasty stuff in it. Got the government involved, had the Bottled and Bonded Act, which meant that it had to be aged for at least 4 years, bottled at 100%, 100 proof. First one's coming in already. 50% alcohol by volume, and must be made by a single distiller, meaning that it couldn't be a bastardized bottle where everyone kind of put their chime into what was going on in that bottle.
Yeah. Well, E.H. Taylor is no longer E.H. Taylor. I guess it is, but it was bought by Buffalo Trace.
Buffalo Trace, when Buffalo Trace was owned by Buffalo Trace, which was then sold to Sazerac. So, and that happens. I mean, a lot of alcohol, or a lot of distilleries are bought off and sold off to various portfolios. One of the locals here in Colorado, Stranahan's, when they initially started their process, it was a Colorado distillery based out of Denver, and over the years it has been sold to various portfolios, and I think as of right now it landed in a tequila. I always forget the name of it. Proximo, who also owns
Jose Cuervo, 1800. They own a couple other vodkas and gin companies as well.
Yeah. So I mean, they do that, right? They grow their portfolio, they expand, they continue to make some amazing spirits, and they did bring back Colonel Taylor because initially, I mean, it was here and then it was gone when the recipe was built or purchased, incorporated by Buffalo Trace. They were able to bring back the Colonel E.H. Taylor brand. So it's back. It's out there. Harder to find out for some reason. All of a sudden it gets popular, and then it becomes an allocation thing, and now you have to actually search for it.
I think they do that shit on purpose, though. They're like, oh, we're going to make this. It's hard to get because the demand's there. And so we're just going to price it a little bit higher than it should be priced. And that's probably...
And we're only going to give out a few bottles here and there. We make so much money on all of our other stuff. We're going to create a higher demand for these other one-offs. You know, when we get to it, you can pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that.
But this one's actually, I think, is worth it. For sure.
I'm glad that we were able to bring this on the show.
After all of our sponsor money that we have, you know, we don't pay too much for them. But I've seen the price range anywhere from $100 up to 150, 170. I think I saw a bottle going online for like 200, which is pretty pricey.
Well, so you buy it off of a first-hand market, and then you know they capture that audience of, oh, well, you can't find it. Well, I'll sell it to you for double, for triple. It starts to become a problem.
Like Dominus shoes.
Yeah, I mean it's just one of those. It's just one of those things. If I have something that you don't have and you really want it and you're willing to pay for it, I'm going to up the price, and that's what we're seeing in the liquor market right now. Yeah,
especially the whiskey market.
Yeah, a lot of that started with Blanton's. When they had the distillery fire several years ago. All of a sudden it became a harder product to find because a lot of it burnt down, so they had to start over on those barrels. You couldn't find that age range as much, and then it became a you gotta fight them all kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it wasn't my deal, but growing up, I remember they started initiating the card games of Pokemon and a couple of those other, and they started ultra rare things, and for you to get this, it signifies you have more status. So we're starting to see the transfer over into the bourbon market, which is mind-blowing. But again, because there's a market, people are willing to do it. It's harder to find, and that's where we're at today.
We're the guys that dive into the market. Not the crazy market.
Yeah, I'm not going to put a lot of time to search for it, but if something pops up through conversation, it'll happen.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be the first in line on Christmas Day, waiting 4 days in a row, missing time with the family. No, missing time with the family to make sure that I get the latest and greatest. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah, me neither.
It's not worth it. But there is a huge market for that, and you'll start seeing people out there, and they'll just they'll wait for the latest, and they'll be like, oh, well, now I have a bottle of Colonel E.H. Taylor Small Batch on my shelf that I'll never drink. Yeah. And that's not where we're at on DadDimes. We gotta drink it, because if we're not talking about it and you're not drinking it as well, then how are we having this good partnership, this buddy system that we have?
Absolutely.
Where you're drinking buddies.
And the other thing is, you could always go on our website and tell us about different bottles that you see out there that's rare or whatnot. And usually if a liquor store brings it in one time, they're going to consistently bring it in, because that helps, it just makes them money because they upcharge on it, I'm sure. So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, finding Sinatra at Costco was absolutely insane.
I did swing by Dave Co. by the house, and they actually had Sinatra as well.
Ooh.
$200.
Yeah.
Not the $150 at Costco.
Not the old Costco version, but hey, again, they have it. They know there's a demand for it, and they know they can sell it for that price because people are willing to pay for it, because they don't see it that often. Again, if you have the opportunity to fly out there, do it, because it's cheaper and it's a cool distillery tour as well. Back to the Colonel. Why or how did Mr. Taylor get to be a colonel? Was he like a war hero, or?
Well, no. I mean, he's
a hero.
So Kentucky, right? Which also brought us another amazing colonel named Sanders.
Oh, yeah.
I believe the mayor of Kentucky gave him the honorary
Governator.
The Governator. So Arnold was back then, and he gave him the title of honorary colonel, no military ties.
Yeah.
So we know two famous colonels from Kentucky that has no relation to the military.
But they have brought a lot of recognition to accomplishments of the community and to the public, and how they have just really been that icon or that beacon. So they were able to get that honorary rank.
Yeah, the happiness and joy they've brought into us.
In drinking and eating fried foods.
Yeah. I mean, if that's not America, I don't know what is.
I mean, that feels... it just feels right. It feels right. So yeah, he brought the bottled and bonded in here. So we actually have some standards affiliated with alcohol consumption and sale, which is good and bad. I go back and forth, right?
Yeah.
When the government's involved, they can make sure that there's standards involved to make sure that everything that's coming off the line is where it should be. On the flip side, there's always a percentage of it that has to go back to them through taxation, and that's where we have a lot of liquor laws for taxation. That's why personal distillation for spirits is illegal unless you're permitted at an actual facility that is not in a basement or in a garage or somewhere where
allegedly
they can they can monitor and they can get their taxes.
Yeah,
got to get paid.
That's true.
Everyone's got to get paid. He also worked on some distillation techniques, utilizing some steam systems for the copper stills. Proper heating and more efficient heating for going through column stills. And all that's really important. At some point, once we get past episode 4, we'll get into the distillation process. But as of right now, we're enjoying the Colonel, and we need to move to round 2.
Round 2.
Hadouken!
This part of DadDimes is brought to you by ice.
Keeping drinks cold?
And we're just talking about, like, frozen water ice,
whoa,
not anything else.
You're as cold as ice.
You're as cold as it. Well, we got some exciting news, too.
Ooh, DadDimes.
DadDimes, exciting news. We are going to try to get Bert Kreischer to come on our show. He's coming to Denver, or Loveland.
He is coming.
Here in February. February 2nd, I believe. I mean, why not ask him to come and join the dads? He's a dad.
He is a dad, yeah.
He's a dime-ish.
I mean, he knows the podcasting world, so...
He does.
I would almost go as far to say is, he is tentatively thinking about booking time, energy, and effort to consider coming on the show.
I think he is, yeah. He doesn't know it yet. But we're going to go for it,
But he's going to be tagged on... What's our socials, DJ?
Instagram.
Got one of those.
Facebook.
Got one of those.
X.
Still got the old Xers, yep.
TikTok, although...
We're not TikTok pod missing yet.
Not yet. Twitch. I'm sure he follows us on our JB DadDimes and DJ DadDimes Twitch streams.
I guarantee that if he had the time... He's a busy man.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had the time, he's probably doing it.
He's laying in his bunk at night and probably watching us.
More than likely. Or at least listening to the podcast on Apple and Amazon or iHeart.
Google.
Oh, Google's a good one.
Spotify.
Bringing in those Spotify dollars.
Yep. And as a treat, I'm sure we could get my niece and nephew to bring him some Rice Krispie treats that are...
Colorado
treats that are actually made with so much love.
Just for BK himself.
Yep.
All right.
For El Máquina, as our neighbors to the south like to say.
Oh.
That's the machine in Spanish. So.
You got the Spanish machine.
El Máquina.
That sounded more like the Indian.
Oh, well, I'm both. So.
Hey.
Ay, El Máquina.
It's like the machete.
Yeah. Machete.
Machina.
Máquina. All right, on the rocks.
On the rocks. We're making it happen. And the flavor's changing. Ooh, the flavors are changing. Oh, whoa. What
You
are
get
you
less
getting?
butterscotch.
Yeah, that went away.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed the butterscotch.
Throw it out. Let's
Oh, let me down this one.
this. I mean, if I have to.
Ow. You twisted my arm so hard.
Well, that's what we do here at DadDimes. We support each other. This is a supporting network.
We support each other responsibly, though.
Absolutely. Be responsible. We want to be your buddies for longevity.
Yeah.
The long road.
We don't associate with DUIs.
No Deweys. Ooh. God. We can get into some stories. My past life involved, doing a little bit of the enforcing of several laws. And I have some good Dewey stories, but different time.
Quite a few stories at the old Gentleman's Club in Glendale, Colorado.
I've heard of that place before. They have two, so you'd have to be a little bit more specific.
Machine Gun Wiley's? Is that what it's called? Something like that.
I don't think it was a machine. It's more of a double barrel, but you know what? Either way, we will get into those stories at some point. I don't know, man. You can bring back some bad memories, and all of a sudden I'm going to have to indulge in some more of these Whiskey Wednesdays.
We're still waiting for your card. Your placard.
Yeah. I do need to get one of those placards at some point. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. So, back to the old Colonel. What are you thinking?
I couldn't tell you the flavor notes with the ice. The butterscotch went away.
Yeah. Yeah. You dilute it a little bit with some ice, and you're going to lose that.
I think I actually like it better neat than I do with ice.
This might be a neat whiskey with a cigar.
Ooh. A Pappy cigar?
I mean...
Or the Soprano?
Oh, they don't make the Sopranos anymore.
Yeah, they do?
They say that when you purchase it, but it doesn't say Sopranos anymore.
Oh, okay.
They've taken that away.
I forget the name of it.
They're saying the aftertaste on this guy is supposed to have some tobacco taste to it. I don't get that. I'm not tasting it.
I don't taste tobacco flavor, no. And I do have some straight chewing tobacco. Doesn't taste like that.
Doesn't taste like that at all. Yeah. That's a habit. You got to kick that habit before Bert comes on the show.
Oh, he actually started chewing Zens now.
Oh.
They have some, it's called Siberia. It's a Zen-like product.
Okay.
So it's nicotine. However, I believe it's made in Switzerland, and instead of being 6 milligrams, it's 33 milligrams of nicotine.
It moves on up a little bit.
A couple titches.
Yeah.
But one of my buddies, it's been a while.
Like 20.
About 20 or so years. Now, one of my buddies told me about it, and I looked into it, and I just kind of spaced it out. And then I just kept chewing regular chewing tobacco, which, I mean, I fucking love it. I'm not going to lie. It's great.
Well, I mean, I want to support the things that you love.
I would say if you don't chew, don't chew. It's a bad habit to get into.
Yeah.
But if you chew, fucking, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean.
If you're in, you're in. If you're out, you're out. But at the end of the day, do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is our DadDimes Dime of the Week.
Dun, 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 dun.
Do what makes you happy. It is a true sipping bourbon that honors the uncompromising Colonel Edmund Haynes Taylor Jr.
I don't think you could do a old fashioned with this either. This is a neat drink. You drink this neat. You have a cigar. You go play 18 holes of golf with your buddy.
Ooh.
And
you're only going to get better.
Of course.
Each hole.
Yeah. Especially if you play by our rules.
Oh, yeah. Best ball?
Well, no. That's when we got those old guys with us.
Yeah, that are like destroying us. Yeah. We're not that good.
Can we play through? Remember those guys? Dicks. We had some cool old people, but I think the first two, when we first started going golfing together, the first two, after the second hole, they're like, hey, we got an appointment we got to make. Can we just go? And we're like, yeah, we didn't like you anyways.
There's no way that we're going to be able to make our appointment if we have to be held up by the riffraff.
Yeah.
You mean the DadDimes enjoying life?
Yeah.
Do you know how much it costs to golf these days? Yeah, no. Neither do I. But you better enjoy it.
Yeah, you got to enjoy it. And we got an appointment, too. It just so happens to be at 3 o'clock because we had to go get the kids.
Oh, that makes more sense.
But, I mean, it was like 9 in the morning.
And we made our appointment.
We did. We had lunch and then made our appointment.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know, and for all you out there that want to rush through golf.
Yeah.
You want to be really good and just be done for the day? Ugh.
Get your priorities straight, man.
You need to figure out life.
Yeah.
Do another round.
Yep. At least 9 holes.
If you're a twosome, all of a sudden you're a foursome. Hit twice.
Yep. And they don't care if once you finish 18, you go back to 1. They don't care about that because you already paid. And so you just make another round.
You know, I like where we're going. I mean, I wouldn't bet on that all the time.
I would say if they catch you, say, I'm sorry, we missed these first 8 holes. We just started on this one.
I thought I could be better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go try it again.
Good luck for you guys, though. You could resell the 48 golf balls I hit in hole 1 into that lake over there.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's going to cover so many green fees.
Yep. And that's when we started going with nitro balls.
Yeah, Kirkland. No, those were expensive.
They were expensive, yeah. Although, Kirkland, if you're out there.
We need sponsorship.
We need sponsors. Everything we have is Kirkland. Our wives wear Kirkland all the time. We wear Kirkland. I got Kirkland water, toilet paper, paper towels. You know, I'm a Kirkland guy through and through.
It'd be nice if Kirkland would start doing some tomahawk steaks.
Yeah.
That are lathered in Colonel Taylor.
Oh.
Ooh.
That'd be good. Some cowboy butter with Colonel Taylor.
That'd be some deliciousness.
Dang.
Yeah. Bringing her back.
Is it weird my nipples are hard? It'd be weird if it wasn't, huh?
It would be really weird if it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. So, Colonel Taylor, we're going to go neat. What are you rating?
Spitting out the ice.
Ugh.
Neat for me.
1 out of 5.
I think it's going to be a 4.6 neat.
Oh, yeah.
It was delicious. I absolutely loved it. The butterscotch notes.
It was.
Which I mislabeled as caramel.
Butterscotch.
Yeah. I mislabel things all the time.
Caramel color, butterscotch taste.
Yeah.
4.7. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. Glad we're able to find it. I mean, this might be a one and done. Yeah. Unless it just randomly pops up again.
Well, you got a guy now.
now we got a guy.
By the way, is anybody interested in a bottle of George Dickel 18-year?
Yeah, we said we would ask.
We would ask. If you are,
message DadDimes. We have a line.
Yep. And we'll get you in contact with a guy that has potentially a bottle coming in January.
It's coming, yeah. Possibly. Maybe.
We'll say likely.
I mean, it is more likely to be hearing Bert's lovely voice on this podcast.
Oh, Tom.
It's coming. Yeah. We know it's coming. And a little bit of ice is going to do some dilution.
For me, I liked it better neat.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 4.4 with ice.
You're going to say it brought you down with the ice.
Brought me down a little bit. 4.6 neat. I would drink this neat. You brought in the cigar factor, which would probably set it 5.0.
Yeah. I'm going to say we're adding the ice to it. Don't do that. There are some that you really need to bring out the extra flavors by, bringing a little bit of the water to cool it down, to chill it. Yeah. I wouldn't do that again. It's not that it's bad. It's that you're taking away from what it was meant to be.
Yeah. So you're taking away those butterscotches, those... I mean, I didn't taste the tobacco note at the end, but maybe.
It could have been there.
Could have a more seasoned palate might taste them.
Might really be able to pull that out. Yeah, 4.4 with the ice, 4.7 without. Add a cigar to it. Do a nice little fire pit out front. Hanging with the boys. We're going to get up to that 5.0 rating. That's where it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm with it.
Yeah. It's too legit to quit.
Yeah, buddy. You can't touch this.
Yeah, we're about to violate all kinds of... all good things. Any last notes here on DadDimes? Episode number 4, E.H. Taylor, the Colonel himself, small batch.
It might go good with the chicken sandwich, too.
When the two colonels got together that year, they made something magical.
Delicious.
Delicious.
I think I'm good. Just once again, thank you for tuning in and listening to us. Please don't forget to like, follow, subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, Google, all those
things.
sites.
We're on all the socials.
Yep. And thank you again, and please enjoy responsibly with E.H. Taylor if you could find it.
When you can find it.
When you could find it.
DadDimes.
DadDimes.